Hello directors, and welcome to the complete director demo of all the Cast98 tools available to you for managing your next show. Now this is the 15-minute demo. Hopefully it does not go longer than that because the feature set on Cast98 has been expanded recently, so there's a lot more to show than what I did in past iterations of this video. But I will take you through all the core tools that are the most popular and the most essential if you are trying to get to rehearsal scheduling the quickest. We get a lot of directors that find Cast98 after they've cast a show and they just are looking for a way to ease the burden of their conflict calendars, and they want to move into scheduling rehearsals as quickly as possible. So I will be taking you through all the tools necessary to accomplish that in this video. What we're looking at here is Avengers the Musical on demo.cast98.com. This is the fake show that exists for you if you want to explore these tools yourself. When you go to demo.cast98.com, you can opt into the DIY demo and you will become a director of Avengers the Musical yourself. And you have access to all the tools that I will show you, even the premium tools that are only available in a paid upgrade. So you can explore all the tools, find out exactly what you're going to need for your upcoming production before you actually post your show and dive in. So without further ado, why don't we jump right in? I'm going to start off by showing you the audition form. This is the built-in audition form on Cast98. It includes everything that you find on your prototypical audition form, and it's divided up into 4 steps. We start with the expectations. This is the audition information that you have defined for your show. We put it in front of them a number of times, and this is the most viewed one, step 1 on the audition form. So then they have to agree to the Cast98 privacy policy, which just says that they are sharing their information with you, the director. And then once they agree to that, the way that Cast98 works is that all of your performers will have to create a user account, and then they're able to set up an audition profile. So when they start the audition form, it prompts them to create their first profile, and in so doing, all of the information that they fill out for your audition form, it saves in their audition profile so that they can reuse that profile on subsequent shows, which makes filling out the audition form extremely easy, such as what you've seen here for Lenny Manuel. He's already filled out all of his information about his past experience. He can pretty much skip the profile step of the form and go straight to the conflict calendar. Here again, you see he's already filled in a lot of conflicts, and adding a new conflict as he needs to is really, really easy. And if he's actually available during some of these days, he can easily say that, and it turns it into a partial day conflict. So very, very easy to mark conflicts on our conflict calendar as someone's going through the process to submit the audition form. At the bottom is a box where they can describe their general availability, so that instead of marking every single weekday as a conflict, they can just say, I'm at work until 7 p.m. or whatever details they need to include to avoid marking an insane number of conflicts on their calendar. So the 4th and final step is the show-specific questionnaire, and so this is where you, the director, have defined your time slots that they can select that they are going to attend. If you require that they select one, you want to say that in your audition information, or if you require that they mark that they're available for callbacks, they can do that and then select another one. Maybe you have a cold read session that you want them to attend, you want everyone to attend, but then dance auditions are only required for certain people pursuing certain roles. Pretty much however you want to use your time slots, you can. The auditionee can select no slots or all the slots, so however you want to figure that out for yourself, you're able to. If we scroll down looking at the left side, the role preferences are here. Will you accept any role, yes or no? Even if they say yes, they can say which roles they prefer to have. And then there's a place for the audition video. You can disable this if you have the paid upgrade, and you can customize the audition form. You can disable the Auditionee video. You can also enable and disable any of the questions that are on the audition form with that paid upgrade. And then are the custom questions. Also with the paid upgrade, you can write your own questions, which the auditionee is required to answer. If we keep scrolling down, I'm not going to save and submit this because I've done that several times already, but if I scroll back up on the right side, you see the character list. This is not required if you're trying to get to scheduling rehearsals as quickly as possible. You don't have to create a summary of the characters that are available for auditionees. But if you are going to manage your audition process, it is helpful for someone to see a list of roles that they can audition for. And yeah, you can create that list to suit your needs. So let's move into what this looks like for the director as people are submitting those audition forms. They populate here on your dashboard. So if you're trying to streamline things, you publish your audition form and you can sit back, you can announce your auditions to your performer pool, that was hard to say, and then go get yourself a glass of wine, a glass of milk maybe, and just wait, because it's only going to take them about 5 minutes to submit that form the first time that they complete it. It'll be even faster the next time because it remembers all their information. But as they do, they show up here. If you want to pull up somebody's audition form, just click on them, and on the left side you see all the information that they submitted, and on the right side you see their report card. So you can score each auditionee in a number of performance areas. You can also mark where you are in the decision process for each auditionee, and then you can also leave comments. And the comment tool is it supports multiple directors, multiple users at the same time. So if you've added your choreographer, your producer, your music director as a manager of your show, they have access to the Auditionee dashboard. They can come in and leave comments in real time during the audition, just like you can. Looking back at their audition form, you see two versions of their conflict calendar. One column that is all the conflicts they submitted, and another column that is what's currently visible on their audition profile. Because after they submit their audition form, they can still log in on Cast98 and update their conflict calendar at any time. And in so doing, you as the director, when you're scheduling rehearsals, you only see what they submitted on their audition form. So if that changes, you might see some of your auditionees with a badge that says conflicts to sync. That means that they have made some changes to their conflict calendar. So if I click on Kershaw, I see he submitted 2 conflicts on his audition form, but now he has marked those dates as available. So I can save and sync those conflicts so that it overwrites what's currently on his audition form, and when I'm scheduling rehearsals, I will see his availability updated with the new version. So if you are, again, doing the paid upgrade, you have this sync conflicts button in the top right corner where you can moderate conflicts and approve all of them in one foul swoop. You see a summary of everybody who has updated their conflict calendar, and if it all looks good, maybe you're just about to sit down and start marking, adding rehearsals, you can approve them all with a simple click. You can also use the sorts to sort. Maybe you want to sort by decision, people that you have offered a role or that you want to call back. Or you can sort by the score that you've left if you're using the report card. You can also filter to include by time slot. You can see people by individual time slot, or maybe you want to see the people that have not marked any conflicts. And the beauty of these filters is that you can also use the message tool in the top right to send a message to the filtered list of auditionees. So right now I have selected everybody who did not mark any conflicts. I could send a message and double check with them, hey, you didn't mark any conflicts. Is that true? You don't have any conflicts. Or maybe you want to send a message to all of the minors, which is going to include a note to their emergency contacts. And so you know that you're messaging the parents of those who might be underage. So very, very powerful to use the filters in tandem with the messaging tool. Also, if you have the paid upgrade, you are able to export the data for your auditionees so you can move it into your own spreadsheet and do whatever you want with it. So once you have your dashboard filled out, you are ready to start building your cast list. And again, if you're streamlining your process and just trying to get quickly to scheduling, you can send the message out that they need to complete the audition form so that you're able to capture their conflicts in Cast98, and then you can come directly into the cast list and start drag and dropping people from the auditionee list onto the cast list for any available role. Now, for each actor who is assigned to your cast list, you can assign them to any number of characters that you've defined in your character list. You can also assign them to any groups that you want to, that you've defined in your rehearsal groups, or you can write out your own custom role for them. So this is especially useful if you have a dual cast, a blue cast and a red cast. You don't need to have a Captain America red and a Captain America blue. You can just mark Captain America in your characters and use the custom role to say blue cast, or maybe it's Captain America blue and ensemble red, or something like that. And make sure you do check the box for that custom role if you are including it. So now that you've got your cast list built out, make sure you save your changes, and everybody on your cast list is now going to show up as an attendee or a possible attendee in the rehearsal schedule. There are two versions of the rehearsal schedule. There's the director version under your director tools, and there's the cast version under cast and crew. As the director, you're able to see the menu for cast and crew, but do know that your view will change if you click on rehearsal schedule under cast versus under director. Under the director version, you have the quick add button. This is really helpful if you're not trying to navigate conflicts and you just want to start throwing rehearsals onto the schedule. You know that your tech week is going to be full of rehearsals, and so you can start adding your tech week rehearsals right out of the chute. And so you can say everybody is called to my tech week rehearsal. You might not have any selections here if no one has submitted the audition form yet, and you can save those changes and add that to your rehearsal schedule. And so you can also toggle to see the past rehearsals, and this, the Just Mine filter, is one of the most popular tools on the rehearsal schedule or on the platform at all, because performers are able to filter the rehearsal schedule and see only the ones where they are matched as an attendee. So whether you tagged them exactly by their actor name, maybe you tagged them by character, or maybe you tagged them in a group. If they match any of those things, that rehearsal is going to show up under their Just Mine filter, which is really, really helpful. There's also the calendar view, which puts things into that monthly format or weekly format, however you want to think about that. And then the difference, the major difference between the director version and the cast version is that you have the ability in the director version to jump right to rehearsal notes for a particular date, or to mark attendance for a particular rehearsal. The attendance tool is a paid upgrade feature, but the message attendees works very similar to the Auditionee Dashboard messaging tool, where you're able to send a message directly to people on this rehearsal. So that's really helpful if you make changes to a rehearsal midway through your production cycle. You can quickly send a message just to those attendees highlighting, hey, I changed the time or the location, or hey, as a reminder, make sure you bring your tap shoes, whatever the case may be. You can easily send a message to just those people. Really, really helpful. On the cast version of the rehearsal schedule, the single most popular feature on Cast98 is this tool, the Add to Calendar. So for performers, they are able to see any rehearsal, and working in tandem with the Just Mine filter, it's really, really helpful to be able to just easily see my rehearsals and add them, export them to my preferred calendar app with just a single click. I can't tell you how many times I have copied things down wrong into my personal calendar. I got the time wrong or the date wrong, or maybe I just overlooked a rehearsal entirely because it was marked with a group that I didn't know I was in or something. And so Cast98 removes all of those excuses because they are able to filter to see just the ones that they are called to, and with a single click they can export any rehearsal to their calendar app with all the details included. So there's no human error when exporting using that tool. Really, really helpful. The last thing I'm going to show you in this video is the schedule builder. So if you are using Cast98 for what it was made for, to navigate around conflicts and create your rehearsal schedule, this is where you want to come. On the left side, you see a list of attendees. You want to select your attendees first based on what kind of rehearsal you're trying to put on the schedule. So maybe I want agents and guardians coming to a rehearsal, and it pulls up all their conflicts from their audition form so I can see what dates are available and what dates I have a lot of conflicts. Hard all-day conflicts are marked in red with a red X. A partial conflict or a tentative conflict is marked in yellow, and you can hover over that with your cursor or touch it if you're on a touch screen to pull up the notes to see what their availability is for that. Also, the red tick marks in this column are for existing are for the conflicts, and the black tick marks are for any existing rehearsals that are on the schedule already. So using those tick marks, you're able to see that I have nobody with conflicts on August 13th, so I'm going to add a new rehearsal to that day. It brings up the quick add dialog form that you have that you saw in the rehearsal schedule, the quick add. But here on the schedule builder, you see it's already selected the attendees that I selected from that sidebar, the agents and the guardians, as well as all the individual cast members that match those groups. So I can enter my rehearsal details at the top and click to save those changes, and it'll show up on the schedule. If I want to look at the existing schedule, I can click the button in the top right corner, and I see all the rehearsals that are already on the schedule. And I can even filter by weekday here. If you only have rehearsals on weekdays, you can filter out the weekends or vice versa, depending on what your schedule is, how your theater operates. So this is the schedule builder, and this is the creme de la creme of why Cast98 exists, to make rehearsal scheduling easy. So hopefully you find it easy. Hopefully you found this demo, this quick run through, pretty helpful. Again, you can use all these tools and practice with them on this fake show if you go to demo.cast98.com. And if you want me to drill down into any of the tools that you see here that I didn't discuss, you can just leave a comment on this video, and I will be glad to create a new video and discuss reputation notes. That's really fantastic. Real-time rehearsal notes, attendance tracking, email templates, all of these things that I didn't have a chance to discuss in this video. I'll be glad to create separate videos for those. So hope you enjoyed this, hope you enjoy the platform, and don't be shy, reach out, leave a comment. Thanks.